Around 1200 BCE, some of the most powerful civilizations in the ancient world suddenly fell apart. Cities burned, trade collapsed, and empires disappeared within a few generations. At the center of this upheaval is a mysterious force known as the Sea Peoples. But who were they and how much did they contribute to the collapse? Before the crisis, the Eastern Mediterranean was highly interconnected. Major powers like ancient Egypt, the Hittite Empire, and Mycenaean Greece relied on trade, diplomacy, and shared resources. Copper and tin moved across long distances to produce bronze, the foundation of their economies. This system created stability but also made societies dependent on one another. Our main written evidence comes from Egypt, especially the inscriptions of Ramesses III at Medinet Habu. These describe a coalition of groups heard in Shekelesh, Pelest attacking Egypt around 1177 BCE. While Ramesses claims victory, he also portrays a wider catastrophe already unfolding across the region. Further evidence comes from Ugarit, where clay tablets preserve desperate pleas for help, just before the city was destroyed. These letters show that multiple regions were under sudden and severe pressure at the same time. Archaeology confirms widespread disruption, but not a single cause. Destruction layers appear at sites like Hattusa and Mycenae. Yet other places were simply abandoned. This suggests a mix of violence, economic breakdown, and possible environmental stress. After the collapse, new groups appear. In the Levant, the Philistines soften, linked to the Pellicecho, Aegean-style pottery and architecture, indicating migration rather than just invasion. Most scholars now believe the Sea Peoples were not a single group, but a coalition from regions like the Aegean and Anatolia. Some may have been displaced by drought or instability, while others acted as raiders or mercenaries. In fact, groups like the Shurden are recorded earlier as both enemies and soldiers in Egyptian service, rather than causing the collapse on their own. The Sea Peoples were likely part of a broader crisis. Climate change, famine, internal unrest, and the breakdown of trade all weakened these societies. In that fragile context, waves of migration and conflict could trigger wider collapse. The Sea Peoples remain a mystery, but they were not just destroyers. They were part of a larger transformation that ended the Bronze Age and led to new powers like the Neo-Assyrian Empire. Their story shows how interconnected systems can fail not from one cause, but from many pressures at once.